We have an injury update from Jalen Williams himself on his rehab process that began over the summer. J-Dub hasn't played yet this year, but in his absence, the rest of the NBA has found even more reasons to be terrified of this Thunder team. But fans can't help but wonder, when the heck is J-Dub coming back? We're going to talk about that here in today's video. We hadn't gotten anything concrete from the team since the October 31st update that he was undergoing a follow-up procedure to remove a screw in his wrist that he tore the ligament in before the playoffs began, played through it, won a championship, had surgery in June, early July, and he has not come back yet this season. Now, the Thunder are rolling. The Thunder are off to a 16-1 start, came back after a bad first quarter against the Utah Jazz the other night. Again, the Thunder just using that third quarter lightning strike that they are able to do against any team that they really want to. Winning the game by 30-plus points on the road after being down by 14 at the end of the first quarter. So the Thunder are cruising right now, but all of this in the absence of All-NBA third-team guard Jalen Williams, who we do have an update on here today, coming straight from the man himself. Before we get into that, though, 67% of you guys watching are not subscribed to the channel. We're pumping out content each and every single day here, and I think that we're thinking about getting some live streams going here in the near future as well. You can come on in, hang out, we can watch Thunder games together, we can react, give some commentary during those. But me and Gabriel trying to grow this thing to 8K subscribers by the All-Star break, so if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, make sure you do so down below. It is completely free. But now for the update that has led to Jalen Williams continuing to be out here this season. Will not play today against the Portland Trail Blazers. That game tonight at 6 o'clock, looking to avenge the lone loss this team has this season. But the injury update that we have comes directly from the man himself and was on social media yesterday. Now, it all starts with Dr. Stephen Shin, the surgeon who did Jalen Williams' first surgery, did his follow-up surgery, the man who is heralded as essentially the best hand surgeon in the United States, maybe in the world. He did Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer's hand surgery as well earlier this fall. Stephen Shin was in Oklahoma yesterday. He was at the OU and Missouri game, and some Thunder fans, Thunder podcasts were left wondering, you know what, is Stephen Shin only here to watch John Mateer, or is he in town to watch this game today, and then maybe tomorrow, aka today now, watch J-Dub potentially return for his first game, be there on hand to watch his client? J-Dub very quickly dismissed these potentials, these speculations, saying, nope, that's it. Nope. Nothing. Nothing else other than that. We know J-Dub obviously not playing today. The next time he could return would be on Wednesday against Minnesota. But J-Dub dispelled those rumors that he may come back today and left it very cut and dry. Again, 17 games have come and gone. This will be game number 18 that he misses, meaning that there's some big implications that have now officially become realized as a result of J-Dub now being out. But I don't know that this really is something that worries people. I mean, let me know if you're really that worried about this, because obviously you're going to continue to win with how stacked you are. But take the team's success out of this, right? Just from J-Dub's perspective. I think this has gone on a lot longer than any of us would have thought, being kept very close to the vest, to the point where, you know, as me trying to cover this whole thing, the only thing that I can work off of is the injury reports that you get the day before every single game, and then tweets like this, right? Because we're not getting official injury updates from Sam Presti himself. We're not getting official releases from the team. We're not getting anything talked about by Daigneault, obviously, and I wouldn't expect for Mark to talk about this, but we're not getting real looks into how this is going. That's how it went up until October 31st when they announced that he was going to be reevaluated. They said it would be 10 to 14 days, and that was on October 31st. And now here we are on November 23rd, 24 days later, 10 days past when they said we would reevaluate, and we don't have anything yet other than some videos where we see J-Dub warming up before a game, you know, a couple hours before during team shoot-around, and then at practice. That's really the only things that we have. Other than that, J-Dub now, the biggest thing that this does, he is now ineligible for all postseason awards, which, what does that mean? Why does that matter? This chart right here tells you exactly why. J-Dub signed his new contract, his rookie max extension over the offseason, you know, signing his deal along with Chet, along with SGA. Those three guys locked up for the foreseeable future. But from 2026 through 2030, the amount of money that J-Dub was set to make each year depended on if he won any awards this year. And now that he is ineligible for those awards, he has locked himself into what his yearly salary will be for the next 5 seasons. You see on this chart right here, if J-Dub wins no awards this year, which is officially the result that will happen, he'll be locked in starting at $41.5 million next year, raising all the way up to $50.4 million in 2030. If he were to be All-NBA third team like he was last year, would have started at 43, gone up to 52.5. Second team, you can see those numbers. And if he somehow made the leap to first team, won a Defensive Player of the Year award, was an MVP, he would have been locked in at the salaries on the right, which start nearly at what his salary would finish at in 2030, 25% of the salary as opposed to 26, 27, or 30%. This alone will save the Thunder at minimum $2.5 to $3 million a year. At least if you consider the type of caliber player that J-Dub is, you consider that he should have been a candidate for a third-team All-NBA player this year at the very minimum, like he was last year, maybe even a second-team type of guy. This essentially saves the Thunder enough money to cover the entirety of A.J. Mitchell's contract, who is the next piece of this puzzle today. I mentioned there's been a couple of big reasons why the NBA is even more terrified of the Thunder this year. The first one is because of now that money that is saved for Oklahoma City that I just showed you in that chart. But the biggest reason is with this man right here, A.J. Mitchell, who has taken over as the secondary ball handler in the absence of Jalen Williams. His minutes are way up from last season. A.J. Mitchell averaged 7 minutes a game last season. He was a non-factor in the playoffs. The Thunder won an NBA Finals without the man that is now their third leading scorer this year, even really contributing much other than in garbage time. When you had blowout wins against the Timberwolves, when you had a game that was a blowout loss, right? We didn't see much of A.J. Mitchell last year. Obviously, Sam Presti saw a potential leap incoming, giving him that 3-year, $9 million extension, which is the ultimate heist in the NBA from a man who continues to rob this league point blank time and time and time again. But A.J. Mitchell not only is one of the best drive to the basket, finish at the rim guards in the league, he is one of the best defenders that the NBA has as well. He is able to get active, use his hands, cause chaos, get to the basket, and finish. There's a very, very, very clear reason why this man has the 4th best finishing percentage at the rim of anybody that is not a big on offense. And then defensively, he has the best defensive field goal percentage of any player in the NBA. Guards are shooting 30% against this man when he guards them. A.J. Mitchell is not just a scorer. He is not just a secondary ball handler. He is a playmaker on both sides of the basketball. And even when J-Dub comes back, A.J. Mitchell has earned his minutes. You're going to have to shuffle some things around and figure out what that looks like. But you now have a third ball handler on this team as a result of Jalen Williams being absent. We've seen the leap from A.J. Mitchell because of that. And the Thunder continue to win as well. I mean, look at the record without J-Dub over the last 2 seasons. The Thunder are 29-1. That is unheard of. You take a third-team All-NBA player, an all-star caliber guard off of any team in the NBA, and you at best go a game or two above 500, if maybe even worse than that. And the Thunder are 29-1 without him. The Thunder continue to win in his absence. You're going to have to feel out what things look like from a rotation standpoint when he comes back. But we still don't know when that will be, right? That is kind of the major overarching theme of today's video. Going back to that tweet one more time that I'll show you guys straight from J-Dub himself saying, nope, I'm not playing again tomorrow, and really didn't say anything other than that, right? So that's really the only update that we have on this for you guys, but let me know what you think down below. Take everything else out of the equation. Take the team success out of the equation. Take the fact that you continue to win without J-Dub out of the equation. Just from a fan of Jalen Williams, are you concerned about this timeline recovery for him himself? Because the team's fine without him. We know that that's the case. And that's just the spookiest thought ever for everyone around the league. But are you concerned for J-Dub yourself as a fan of Jalen Williams? Again, I want to reiterate, 2 injuries that have happened that were similar to J-Dub's. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video or not. TJ McConnell had this exact same injury, a scapholunate ligament tear in his wrist back in 2021. It happened in early December. They said he'd be out 10 to 12 weeks, which is 2.5 to 3 months. He missed the rest of the season. Brandon Miller, the young guard for the Charlotte Hornets, He had this same injury last year in January. He missed the rest of the season as well. This is not just a 3 to 4 month recovery timeline like many people thought it would be before the season began, thinking that he may be ready for game 1. We're 18 games into this thing now after today, and J-Dub still has not played yet. The team's success is fine. That is completely one thing. We talked about A.J. Mitchell here in today's video as well, and what that has done. So good things have come as a result of this, but still no J-Dub yet here this season. We'll see if we get any official updates from the team. The next time, again, that he could potentially play would be on Wednesday. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in here on Thunder Digest. Leave a like on the video if you have not already. We'll talk to you guys later here on Thunder Digest.